What is going on, YouTube? Bryce Builds It All here, your favorite A&P mechanic, IA, and Part 147 instructor, and I am back working on my GS550, but this video could also serve as a practical project demonstration. Kind of, sort of. I am beginning the process of rewiring this motorcycle. Here's a picture of the old harness. As you can see, it's quite busy. There is a lot going on. And here is a picture of the new harness. Now, Suzuki did weird things. One of the weird things that Suzuki did, for example, is this is the power wire for the coil. I'm going to come out here sort of under the light where you can sort of see this connector here in this clear plastic. So what they did is, instead of running two wires for the system, they ran one and they put this weird connector in it, and then it splits for each coil. So there's a lot of things like that that I'm just going to be removing from the system. I am going to be wiring this the same way you would wire an aircraft, using a main bus and a couple of circuit breakers. So you'll be seeing that. But today's focus is really on this back part. I'm going to try to get the battery. Well, I'm not going to mount it, but I'm going to get the battery in it, and I'm going to start routing the power wires because I want my main bus to sit here for everything. My regulator and my rectifier are going to be sitting underneath, and then I got about a 2-foot stretch up to the coils. I'm actually going to put my key right here, as well as 3 indicator lights. So the only thing that'll be up on the bars is a rocker switch with starter, the kill switch, the horn, and the high beams. So anyways, if you stick around, I'm going to take a lot of this stuff inside, and I'm going to start doing this in a house where it's not so cold and rainy. Be right back. Okay, we are now in the house, and it is time to begin wiring this portion of the harness. So the first thing I'm going to do is make this little ground wire right here. And I have some of my 8-gauge mil-spec wire. I sort of put a pre-bend in it, and I'm just going to strip it and put a terminal on this side as well as on this side so that I can attach a ground. Now you see these little black lines on here. I drew with a Sharpie where the frame is so that I kind of know my limits. This is where I'm going to stick the main bus, and then my main power wire is going to come down across underneath this frame rail with the wires that go back to the tail light, which I haven't done yet. But anyways, it's going to come up from here. It's going to make a right turn. It's going to go to the first circuit breaker. Then off the other side of that, it's going to split and go down to the starter relay. So, but first things first, let's make this first little 90-degree. So unfortunately, I wasn't paying a lot of attention, and I don't have the right size battery terminals. I have these yellow ones, but they're only for 14 gauge, and this is 12 gauge, and this is 8, so those aren't going to work. So we'll have to buy some of them. However, I did go ahead and get some of the wires cut and molded just a little bit. Like this one is going to be my ground wire. I'm putting some heat shrink over them so that I can identify them, but this one is going to go right here. Then my other main supply wire will go here, and then this wire will actually be the wire that goes down to the starter. And I'm not going to cut the tail off of this one just yet. I'm going to wait until it's fully installed, and then I will trim it when I install it the rest of the way, which is kind of going to be the theme for a lot of this. I'm going to be leaving the wires long, and then I'll trim them down and terminate them when it's actually on the motorcycle so that everything is the right length. But this is going to be coming off kind of like this and following this path down. Okay, now for the next part of this, I need to get my new ignition switch in. I've already cut the plug off of it. I don't know what I did with it, but there's my ignition switch. Like I said, it's going to go up there in the gas tank. So I've got it coiled up with this sort of measurement wire. This one was something that I put on the bike to go up to the gas tank and make sure that it was long enough for everything that's going to be wired behind the gas tank, the headlight, the kill switch, the starter, and all of that. So this ignition switch is going to go up here with this, and then I have got my 2 power wires cut. Now I'm cutting all of these wires out of the trashed original harness because this is actually how I bought the bike. It had stuff like this in here, where this weird piece of blue electrical tape is in here, and there was weird connectors going into other weird connectors, and it was really just a mess, which is why I think nothing was working on the motorcycle and why I'm going to this more bus bar style ignition. So let's go ahead and get these stripped and get some handshakes on them. Now these are some nice aircraft strippers that I've had for some years. I've used them in the past. I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. I know it's 18 gauge. They're a little rusty, so you kind of got to sometimes get a little bit of a guess at it, but I'm going to go ahead and grab this like this, strip that one, go to the next one, a little more right there, and strip it. And now I've got these handshakes. So if you've never seen a handshake before, it's just a mil-spec connector. Basically, you take 2 of them and they sort of go over the top of one another and shake hands. They're really hard to close the first time. They close up completely, and then you put heat shrink or something over the top of them. So I'm actually not going to shut them completely just yet. I'll wait for that, but I need 2 on these, and I need 2 on these with ring terminals on the other end. So I'm going to take these wires and give them a nice little twist. I'm going to take my first handshake, put it on here. Then I'm going to take my second handshake and put it on here. Okay, try to make sure that this thing is fully on. I like to see just a little bit of wire out on the blade terminal, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And then we're going to take our aircraft crimpers. Again, mil-spec stuff is kind of different. So instead of having just one jaw like you would have on an automotive crimper, you've actually got 2 jaws in there, so that when I bring this into the ignition switch, I can grab it like this. I'll try to ratchet it down just a little bit. Hang on. Trying to do this while also doing a piece of the camera is more difficult than you would expect. Just kind of give it a bite right there and go ahead and squeeze that one down. And now there is that one. I will go ahead and try to get this one at the same angle, and I will do this one. Again, these are pretty easy. I like aircraft stuff just because it's much more secure. It's easier to work with. It gives you a better connection. The list goes on and on and on. So let's go ahead and, oops. Hopefully the camera didn't catch that, but I'm sure it did. Slipped out on me right as I went to squeeze it down. So that's why you take your time. So let's go ahead and shove it in there. Fortunately, it didn't clamp it down too far. We'll go ahead and do this one. So there you go. That is all nice and tight. Give it a tug, give it a tug. That will go there. And I will do these. Now I will say these aircraft crimpers, they do have a little adjustment right here. If they're not crimping down enough, you can adjust it so they crimp down just a little bit more or a little bit less, whatever you need. So now I'm going to do the exact same thing to these 2 wires. I'm going to put a handshake here, and then 2 ring terminals on this back side, and I'll explain what I'm doing with these circuit breakers. These are actually for my Mustang, but I'm going to be doing the same thing with it. I don't have the circuit breakers for this. They're actually at work, so I'll need to bring those probably next weekend. Now for the next part of the harness, and that is the charging system, which is actually pretty simple on this, and I'm going to be chopping it down a whole lot. But this right here is the original wire, and somebody stuck a 30 amp fuse in here. It was only supposed to be 15. And what I'm going to do, I've now got this wire coming off this 15 amp breaker to the ignition switch, and then down here going to the voltage regulator. Why couldn't I think of that? So I'm going to redo that wire with an inline 15 amp fuse. Okay, I now have a key, I now have a charging system, I now have this mocked up, and I decided to do some changing. So I'm not going to do a 2-piece starter wire. I have another long piece of 8 gauge in there, and I decided I'm just going to run one long piece of 8 gauge straight down to the starter relay instead of trying to go into the main bus, because it doesn't really need to go to the main bus anyways. But I am going to take this wire right here. Again, this is out of the original harness. These are all wires out of the original harness, by the way. And this wire is going to come off the positive toast for the battery all the way up to my key, and then back from my key through those handshakes I did earlier to this circuit breaker. I will do a bus bar across the top to connect all 4 of my circuit breakers, and then on the bottom I have the power supply wire to my voltage, or not my voltage regulator, to my rectifier, and this is my regulator. So this rectifier and regulator actually go together. This yellow wire goes into this yellow wire with an existing wire coming out of the stator through one of those T's. I might try to rewire that on the bike. I might not, but this first leg of the harness is done. So now for the next piece of the harness, I'm going to start preparing the ignition system, which is actually just one breaker going to the coils. So I'm going to have one long wire coming off of this going up to the kill switch, and then from the kill switch back down to the coils. So I'll do that one next. All right, so I'm going to talk you through the next step of this. This next wire here, this orange wire, again in the original harness, I will try to highlight it. This orange wire is actually going to be this power supply wire for the coils. So it's going to come off the second breaker, and it's going to go up to the kill switch, and then the kill switch is going to come down to this. I'm going to set it right here where you can kind of hopefully see it a little bit better, and I'll pull the heat shrink off. Now these are not mil-spec blade connectors. Unfortunately, they're out of here. But my plan for that, or for it, is to take a red blade terminal off of the kill switch into a blue fork terminal. And then the blue fork terminal is going to have 2 wires shoved into it, one for each of the coils, and then I will put heat shrink over the whole thing, and I will heat shrink the whole thing down. But unfortunately, I have to wait on this, and I will show you exactly why on the motorcycle. So this is the kind of thing that you run into when you build a motorcycle or when you customize a motorcycle. The current kill switch that I have, as you can see, is very, very loose because these are 14 millimeter or 7/8 bars, as were the original bars, which I'm actually going to go ahead and put a little bit small bar riser in here, because right now, as you can see, we have barely any clearance between the bars and the tank, and I'd like them just a little bit higher, but that's besides the point. So this doesn't quite fit right. I have the headlight that I'm going to use, but I don't have the tail light that I'm going to use yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the original license plate mount and I will bend it like this, and I will put the license plate on the back. I'm definitely going to cut it down, but I don't know what tail light I'm going to use just yet. I don't have the right kill switch, so these are all things that I need to order. I also need to order a new brake line. I'd like to order a new master cylinder. I'd like to order maybe a clutch lever and some stuff for it. So my next step is to order a lot of parts, including probably a brake caliper rebuild, fork seals, carburetor overhaul kits, maybe a chain, maybe not a chain. This one's actually in pretty good shape because it was always kept indoors. And then, like I said, some of the stuff that's gonna be my starter relay, some of the stuff I have to reuse. I'm gonna probably be cutting this ground off of here just because I don't need it anymore. There's my original alternator wiring. But that's probably gonna do it all for this one. I did get one present that is gonna make all of this easier. I swear I have the coolest friends. A good friend of mine actually gave me this because he doesn't need it anymore. It's a 30-inch 3-in-1 slip roller brake and shear, which will make bending up some of these parts a lot easier. However, it's very, very heavy, so I'm gonna need my my stepson's help getting it out of the truck. But like I said, he gave that to me, so that's gonna make bending some of those brackets and making some of this stuff a little bit easier. So hopefully when you see me again, I keep not making that much progress on this motorcycle, and I would like to make a lot of progress on it here very soon. But like I said, I have to order a whole bunch of parts, so I'm gonna cut the video off here. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I will be continuing to build this harness, I promise. I still need to obviously add the lights, I need to add the horn, I need to add the high beam, the low beam, the stuff. So make sure you stick around for that. I've got another video coming for you on Wednesday that's aircraft related, so make sure you stick around for that. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you leave us a like, leave us a comment, subscribe, pick yourself up a t-shirt down below, and as always, go build something and be easy.